Been recording.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. Welcome to another episode of the OPS podcast. I am one of your hosts, Pierre, alongside my brother from another mother, Dre.
What's going on, people?
For those listening, thank you for listening. Please, if you get a chance, subscribe YouTube at the OPS underscore podcast.com. We have X, formerly known as Twitter, at the OPS Pod. What am I missing, Dre? YouTube, Twitter. See, I'm getting better.
No, you're getting better. Honestly, I think that's it. The Patreon, OPS Pod, the OPS Pod on Patreon, Instagram, the OPS Pod. Just search OPS Pod and look for our logo, and you'll find us. In the new year, we'll find you probably for the most part. You'll see our logo, you'll see our videos, you'll see stuff. If you're listening now, and actually right now, if you are listening, then you should already know where to go. You either found us on Spotify or YouTube.
But if you found us by mistake, thank you
or Apple,
for staying this long.
Yeah, so just if you found us already, just stick with us.
That's right.
I can't promise you it'll be worth it, but
I can promise you it'll be better. 26, more structure. We had a very detailed and lengthy production meeting before this. All right. So don't laugh. I mean, we did have a production meeting. It's recorded, actually.
That is one way to describe it, yeah.
That is a way that I have described it. Anyways, what's going on, Dre? You got a little cough? I got a little cough. 'Tis the season. Goddamn kids.
Yeah, don't kiss your kids, don't kiss crackheads. And then let's try to stay healthy.
Can't promise you nothing about crackheads, but them kids definitely won't be playing around with them kids. Hey, something's going on there. So we live in Canada, Ontario, Toronto, and there's some whooping cough, respiratory thing going on that is plaguing the city right now. People having their kids on nebulizers and shit. I hope this is not another.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a nebulizer. It's like a puffer.
Yeah, a puffer. Yeah, whoa, look. A lot of people on puffers right now. It's crazy.
I mean,
I seen a post where they're saying a high record of children admitted to hospitals with respiratory issues. Yeah,
it's sorry. Wow, yawning. My bad. Sorry.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm boring you about the safety of children and this epidemic that's plaguing our city.
Bro, I got 2 kids, man.
I know you're gonna pick the one you love the most to save. I get it.
Nah, if one's sick, the other's sick, and then it just bounces back and forth. It's like tennis. When you have more than one kid and one of them gets sick, it becomes like tennis. It could be a very long rally, right? And then you have 2. Sometimes you have 2 parents, or you have 2 people in the house, or other people in the house, and then it becomes like a doubles match.
My house is everybody takes turns, and I notice when it's my turn.
That's when everybody else is healthy and doesn't want.
Everybody else is healthy, and the sympathy is
gone.
Is gone.
Well, it wasn't there to begin with. It was only with you.
Or mine is rushed. Huh? You still sick? That was like 2 days ago. You're not done yet? It's like,
no, but like if you're sick at the same, like you're expected to still do stuff while you're sick, but nobody else is expected to do stuff while they're. Yeah, if that's how your house is, I'm sorry to hear that.
But you seem like you know.
I'm just going off of what I've heard. I wouldn't say that's how this house.
They talking shit about me when I'm sick.
Yeah, I wouldn't know nothing. I wouldn't know nothing about that,
My wife calls you and says, "Hey, come get your boy, man. He been sick 1 whole week. What he doing with his life? Dragging his shit out.
He in bed with you." That's exactly how it ends.
Unless I am out. Sorry, I'm going to work sick, man. Sorry, I'm one of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Send me home. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start like next year.
No, man, you're the king of sick days and leaves and time offs, and you're the PTO champion. Huh?
Yeah, I don't. And this is what, and I don't know if I said this to you on the pod, but I'm pretty sure I said it to you. I don't have a problem working when I'm at work. The hardest part is literally the process of, let's say I have to be at work for 4:00, right? That 2-hour period of waking up at 2 getting yourself ready to leave, or to leave by 3 to get to work for 4, because I give myself an hour to get to work, right?
Oh, okay.
So that period of waking up at 2 or waking up at 1:30, 2 to 3 hour period between you start getting ready, then you get to work and start working is it's the worst period for me.
Okay, so maybe, not maybe. My situation is a little bit different because my work is extremely close to where I live. I've been blessed that way with almost all of my jobs. I feel like when you say 2 to 3 hours, I feel like that's way too much time, bro. You can't get ready in shorter period of time.
So,
or is that like you need that time to like really motivate and warm up yourself to go to work? Jesus,
I do. So when I was
that's a
working
shift.
at
You're taking a shift to go to work.
Bro, okay, so I'll explain. So when I was at like some of my other jobs, I remember the closest I lived was I could ride the bike. I could ride my bike there, right? It would take me maybe 10, 15 minutes.
This is the same spot we work together, right? That's what you're talking?
No, this is when I was at when I was doing security.
Okay.
Right? So I would when right after Richwood, and then when I was like whatever, all right? So it wouldn't take me that long. It would take me a 5-minute drive, 10 to 15 minutes to ride my bike.
Yeah.
Right? I was always late.
Oh my days.
Always late. Or I would just not want to come because I would know what time I have to be there and not, do this, do that, lay down, not want to get up.
I had the opposite fear. Because I was called out a couple times by superiors, me like, nigga, you live like 5 minutes away. Why are you late?
No,
you have the luxury of sleeping an extra 45 minutes. There are motherfuckers who are coming from Ajax to come here. That's 2 hours. And a dude come from Kitchener and they's on time all the time. And you are literally 10 blocks away.
Nope.
Don't be late again.
Always late or calling in. Right? And this went on that job, the next job. Right? And it was always either I'm going to be late or I'm not going to be there. Like somebody posted on Instagram and I think I posted it. It's either the jobs want you to be on time or be there. I can't do both. So you need to pick and choose which one you want.
Oh my God.
All right. So now with this job, I'm always on time, but then I'm occasionally just not there. I'm on time a lot.
Yeah.
So now you're just not going to see me.
So, okay, but going back to that prep time, is part of that prep time also the travel time? Because again, like I said, I live close to where I work. So how long does it take you to travel to?
If traffic is good, it should take me 25 to 30 minutes.
So what do you do in that extra 2.5 hours?
So
other than motivate, how much time do you motivate yourself? How much time do you need to motivate yourself?
I'll break it down. So let's say, like I said, let's say I started 6 p.m. Right?
So you're waking up 4 or you're waking up 3.
If I don't have to do any pickups or anything else like household related, I'll probably wake up at 3:45.
Okay.
Right? So 4
a.m.
o'clock.
For those people who don't know, a.m.
No, I work nights. I would never do this, and I would never do this in the morning.
We're on the opposite ends. Yeah, I work early mornings. You work nights.
Yeah, if I worked mornings, it would be a shit show because I wouldn't sleep, and then I would go to work on no sleep because I don't sleep. Right? So
your process, and I'll tell you mine.
So 4 o'clock, I get up. Right? Call it say 4 o'clock, 3:30, I get up. I'll shower, get my clothes out. Right?
Your clothes weren't out already?
No. No, because
that's gonna save you a lot of time. You need to organize that, man.
No, what if I'm not going to work? Now my clothes are out.
Then they're just out.
No, that's dumb. Right? And then I gotta go pack, and then I pack my lunch.
You didn't pack your lunch the night before?
No, the night before.
Brother,
I work nights, yo.
Why do I feel like a military brat, bro?
And then, because I'm not gonna pack my lunch. Because what if I pack my lunch and then somebody cooks something?
Foolishness. That's why you have this mentality.
No, but then what if somebody cooks something that I would rather take than what I have packed? Or what if I'm like, you know what? I feel like McDonald's, or I feel like something on the road. Right now, I pack that lunch, and I'm not gonna. now I gotta eat it when I come home, or I gotta eat the next day. That was a day old. Like, come on. So
Jesus.
you pack depending on how you feel, right? Because maybe I might not pack my lunch. Maybe I might say I'm gonna relax for 30 minutes
You
because I'm
got
gonna
too
buy
much
lunch.
feelings involved in this. Get it ready to work.
But it's exactly because it's always, how do I feel, right? Am I
Yeah.
having any anxiety? Not anxiety, but like, am I anxious to go to work? If I'm anxious, maybe I don't go. Right? Is there any other reason, any other thing that I could do at home, or does the bathroom need to be clean? Now let me stay home and clean it.
For real.
Does somebody need to go to a practice? Let me stay home and do that instead of, let me drive them. Right? Oh, is somebody not feeling good? Oh, let me stay home just in case.
You know what? I make fun of it, but that is ultimately some of the work-life balance that people wish they have. You know what I mean? Like they wish that they could make that choice, right?
I'm lucky that I can and still get paid, most of the time.
Wait, they still paying you?
Most of the time, yeah.
Well, sick time. Yeah, but I mean,
they just still paid me.
you're.
No, I'm not salary. I'm hourly, but if I could justify it.
Don't justify that. We don't want this to be evidence in your trial or your
no, but it's
your expulsion of work.
Everything comes down to whether you could justify it, and if I could justify it, then they'll pay me. Most of the time, I can justify it. So if I can't, then also, I remember I was at one job and I did an experiment. I said we used to get paid weekly, right? So I said, okay, this is went to work every day, did no overtime, right? Straight 8 to 4, 8 to 5, whatever, my 40 hours. See my paycheck, I said, okay, all right, that's a 40-hour paycheck, all right. The next week, I said, I'm going to go to work 3 days, 3 days. Looked at my paycheck, and I said, I made more.
Wait, what?
I didn't make more, but there was maybe a difference of like.
Why does it sound fraudulent?
$100.
Why does it sound like a
so
TNA fraud?
I missed 2 days and lost maybe $100 because the 40 hour at what I was getting paid, I'm assuming it put me in one.
You just don't know how much you get paid. Stop lying to me. Stop, bro. Stop it.
I'm assuming it put me in one tax bracket, and then when I don't work the same amount of hours, it puts me in a different tax bracket. So they take less taxes, meaning I keep more money. But when I work more, because it's all your taxes are calculated before, like.
But that's not
what you make. But it's a thing.
Hold on. I mean, I get it.
But it's a thing.
In the cases, because for me, and I didn't look at it in that way, right? So this is where we're polar opposites. For me, I do overtime, and I do a lot of overtime, but I do not do the overtime after that pushes me into another tax bracket, and then I get destroyed by the taxes. You know what I mean?
The tax brackets are so like. I feel like they're so flimsy.
I will make sure I don't do more than like 40, for example, 46 hours, right? Because I know once I go to like 48 hours and my rate changes when I go into overtime, and I work, say, 2 more shifts after tax come out, it's like I only worked 1.5 shift or 1 shift. Okay. And I'm just like, I just gave the company another day of my life. And the government said, "Ooh, that's extra. Let me skim on top of that," right? So I try to make sure I don't do more than too much.
And they always take it prior to, like, they don't take it. They take it on what you're supposed to make, not what you're gonna get after they take the money.
Yeah, of course, taxes come out on your gross first. You know?
All right, so. Like, let me see. Oh, what did I find here?
You pulling up your.
No, not my stubs. I'm trying to see if I could find like the provincial, like the tax rates, like on what percentage based on how much, right?
You have to search for Ontario tax brackets.
So, all right, Ontario tax brackets, because they're taxing you based on. So, like, let's say you do your 40 hours, right? They take whatever you make for that 40 hours.
So here's the percentage if you want.
They multiply it to the year, and then they take their taxes based on if that was what you were going to make for the whole year.
Yeah, so if they have your hourly rate, they base it based on your whole year, right? Now, if you keep skipping days or you don't go to work and you don't get paid, at the end, they reevaluate and they're like, oh, you actually did not make, for example, 50,000. You took so many sick days, you lost 10 grand. So we owe you back money.
At the end of the year.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, but I feel like they're making these adjustments on every paycheck.
Somebody's gonna have to check that. I think that's way too much work, and they're not gonna do it like that. I'm just thinking like efficient wise. At the end of the year, and actually, I'll speak only to my experience. 2 years ago, I made a wicked bonus. It pushed me into a different tax bracket. Right. The next year, I got reassessed because they're like, "How'd you make X amount less than last year? Last year you were." Da, 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 da. I said, "Hey, H&R Block, what's this?" They're like, "Oh, last year you made almost 20% more." I said, "Yeah, here's the T4A. It's all bonus." They're like, "Yeah, it's taxable. It's taxable."
Yeah.
I said, "There's no guarantee I'm gonna make this bonus again," and I didn't because the economy sucks. They're like, "Well, that's why you're getting reevaluated because there's a big difference." And I'm just like, "Yeah, you gotta give the tax man their cut on everything." But that's why I'm gonna start growing my own vegetables. Maybe make a chicken coop in the back of my backyard. You
better not give it to anybody. Qualify you as a business and then say you didn't
don't sell it. Yeah. Maybe I'll become a. Do Canadians have sovereign citizenship?
I don't know.
I see me on one of them cop videos and they pull me over and they're like, "You don't got a license." I am traveling free under the land of the Great North. Actually, Canadians have less rights than Americans if you actually look into the Charter of Canadian. Freedom of speech is not a real thing down here. Like, not to the full extent.
Either way, what I'm getting at is for me, I just don't feel like a lot of the times it's just not worth the effort. So
I ever get into the car and be on your way and then like midway be like,
yeah, I think that's also why I give myself the hour.
You're not sitting in the parking lot debating with it.
No, because I have to. If I'm not gonna go in, I have to call them an hour before. So I think that's why I get up so early.
Just so that give yourself an hour.
So that if I start at 6, I have to call them by 5. If I get up at 4, if anything happens between 4 and 5 that puts me in a mood to not want to go to work, then I have until 5 to call them, right? Whereas then if I give myself exactly the 30 or 45 minutes that I need, and I get up at 4:45, right, knowing I have to leave at 5:30 or 5:15, I give myself just enough time to get ready and then leave. There's no chance.
Every time you say these numbers, I gotta remember that this is PM, right? So you're probably gonna fight through traffic too, right?
I'm normally going opposite of the traffic, so it's not it's not as bad, right? That's why I said it. On like if there's an accident or if I have to take a detour, then it might take me 45 minutes, right? But I always get to work on it.
Okay. I mean, so mine is the AM side, right? So I get up 3:30 AM every morning, like clockwork, just to pee, to be honest, right? And now we have a dog, so I let the dog out, so now the dog's on clockwork. But I get up to go to work for either 4:30 or, depending on how I feel, 5, right? I have the luxury or the capacity to be in or on site between 4:30 and 6. I choose to go in earlier because it allows me to leave earlier, and I get to do a lot of admin tasks that I wouldn't necessarily do if I start 6 and everybody's there and they're asking me questions and blah blah blah.
Or you're front loading your overtime.
Yeah, right. I literally give myself maybe an hour max, sometimes even half an hour to get ready. And I have my clothes picked out. If I take lunch, I have the lunch already out. All of that stuff saves me like half an hour, 15 minutes of me spinning around. Because when I don't have that stuff, I spin around. I spin. And then
it's not
if I'm not taking the car, I miss the bus. And then I'm late. Or I don't go in the time I want to go.
Well, the spinning is so you're not late. You're not. The difference between me and you is,
I think you need to be more disciplined with your routine, my guy.
I think you need to worry about your own shit. I think
all I heard through your routine is how I feel.
Exactly. I think you need to worry about your own shit. I think what I'm saying is,
don't get so defensive.
You're doing your stuff to not be late, right? That's Pierre's little gremlin of a dog. Bad mouth. Always. And I think that dog is racist too. Don't like black people.
What I'm saying doesn't like people. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The dog don't like people I don't like. It's probably my brother.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, you're doing all that stuff to not be late, right?
No, not necessarily.
My problem is not whether I'm going to be late or not. My problem is whether I'm going to go.
I know, but look,
You don't have
This is
the
what I'm
issue
getting at.
of not.
And this is why I preferenced it with that. I have to be the latest I could go into work or to be considered late is 6, right? And I have created these patterns to adjust my life in the morning. And some might say, "Oh, that sucks. That's too early," but it helps my work be easier. It helps it easier for me to just decide to go to work. In fact,
Yeah,
I just go to work even when I don't feel like going to work.
yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. You're trying to prove it. We're different people. You are, and this was actually in the docket that I put in from before. I put man's man, right? Like I feel like you're like I don't want to say blue collar or close to blue collar or whatever, but
Okay.
you're like the old Jamaican man's man, where it's just like I don't like doing this. I don't
But it has
like
to be
doing.
done.
I have to do that. I don't. But
You
but
know
I'm
what?
gonna do it because it
I'm
needs
the
to
dad.
be done.
I'm the dad from Fences.
Denzel from Fences.
Denzel from Fences. Yeah. And you have embodied this millennial thing. Like, I don't feel like it. I'm not going in. Not today.
Yeah,
Look, that's frustrated, bro.
It's an option for me.
I remember you called me one time, and I'm like, "Yo, you're not at work." He's like, "No, I'm actually off. I'm off for like a week." I'm like, "Why? Why?" It's like, "Oh, just wasn't feeling it. Took a little stress leave." I'll be honest with you. It's just like stress leave.
You probably stuffed.
I'm stressed right now, and I'm at work. What the hell is this guy doing? Stress leave.
That's the difference. One of us is
who the hell take a stress leave?
The
way work through that stress.
Hey! You work through that stress, and then you end up with a hernia,
or through that stress, nigga.
Or you end up with a burst blood vessel in your brain. All of it. Nah, not me. Not me,
you,
sir.
Man. No,
me, sir. No.
Call this guy. He's like, "Oh, I'm going back to work next Monday." It's like, "Oh, how long you been off?" Like a week now. It's like, what?
See, and then the joke is, what happened to you? Your body made you take time off.
Sometimes.
Your body made you take time off.
No, I still go to work. Like I said, I still go to work a bit sick.
Your back said to you, hey, we're taking a couple weeks off, my guy.
Oh, I've never taken a couple weeks off for being sick. Not at all.
When you were hurt your back, didn't you have surgery that you had to do?
Not for my back, no.
What was it for?
That was for something else, but it wasn't for my back. No.
Your hip?
It was. I got hurt, but that wasn't even at work. That was the joke. It wasn't even work related, and that pissed me off the most.
Your body felt like it was work.
Because if it was at work, right, and there would have been a lot more stuff. Like they would have found bullshit work for me to do, because I manage people, and when someone gets hurt on some BS, they're like, you need to find something for them to do, and they need to come in for the next week and do all of their shifts because we're gonna lose money every time they don't come in. And that's how this stuff works in terms of like, getting hurt and then going to work, right? You go in with a boot on, and they're like, yeah, then he's got to sit at the computer for at least 6 hours.
You need to get yourself a union.
They'll never union. We can't. I read my contract.
Provincial.
We cannot unionize. I read the contract.
Provincial, federal, or city job is what you need to.
You know what? You're right. Maybe I do. So right? I can start taking these times.
Yeah, so you can take care of your body. Take care of your mind. You don't have to be a man's man. Mr.
Listen,
I fix things and I go to work. I don't want to go to work.
I was fixing things in my house before we came here. When you called me earlier, I changed all the doorknobs. I fixed the door.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that stuff is fine. That stuff it has to be done. It has to be done. But, bro, I'm not about all that. Like, I will do the things that need to be done, but I am... Call me I don't know. Maybe if you want to call me a bitch, that's fine. But I'm going to call if something needs to be done, and I feel like the work it'll either be too time consuming, right? Or too, if it's just going to be too time consuming, whether I know how to do it or not, I'll call somebody to just get it done.
I'm cheap. I don't like to call people. Unless it's free, I'm not calling no one to do it. I rather watch 4 hours of YouTube videos.
Nah,
and then
I used to.
I like working with my hands. I like doing stuff like that. But no,
I don't have a problem doing that. I think I'm probably more. I'll do that with tech, computers, stuff like that. I've taken stuff apart. I broke up.
I saved $300 on a washing machine repair, and it was just a penny trap that was had like a baby sock in it. And I asked him out for a quote. I said, "Hey, like this is the problem. It's not doing this." He's like, "Oh, it sounds like the agitator, Ray, Tay. And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." He's like, "Based on what you're describing, maybe 300 parts and labor." I said, "Okay." Man, I went on Reddit, I went on YouTube, I went on Google, searched up the user manual. Here's a shout out that men and consumers need to do in general. Read the damn user manual because it was right there in the user manual.
I saved them.
Most common issues and services that you have to do. And I'm like, are you supposed to clean out the penny trap once a month? When I tell you the amount of lint, 2 baby socks, and like the little thing the cube material that you use to clean your glasses, that must have been in like someone's pocket, got through in the penny trap. All I had to do was tilt the thing, unclamp a hose, let it bleed out, put some pliers in there, I pulled all that gunk out, and I said I should charge my wife $300.
You could have.
I couldn't charge my wife $300.
You could have told her, say, "Oh, this is gonna be the price."
I saved $300. I should have bought something with that $300.
You don't even tell it. Just say, "This is the price," and then
see,
like, take it from what? They just take it from that account. And
that's the mentality that you get from a guy who just calls it to sick when he feels like it. You know, I wish I could think like that. I wish I could.
I feel like you're a little. I feel like it sounds you're a little jealous. It's okay.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, we can't all be like that. You know, but I think it's.
I have to wear different masks on different days. You feel like what I'm hearing from you is like, I'm not gonna wear this work Dre mask today. It's gonna be a stay-at-home Dre mask.
I mean, it's nice to have the option.
Yes,
but like I also said, next year it's gonna be a different story. Next year
all those options are adding up.
Not adding up. I realized the mentality that I had before was
yeah.
But I think because there's things that I also want to do with the podcast, with other stuff, right? Later.
Mm-hmm.
Say if I just suffer through it now, then I'll be able to enjoy when I really need to take, or when I really want to take some time off later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm probably gonna take the same amount of time off next year. Just
look. One more thing before
be closer together.
It's funny because I'm in like a management position now, and I manage stylists for the people, right? And I tell people, I'm not a doctor. Take your sick day. As far as you stay within the parameters where I don't need a note, that's your day to take. It's part of your package. At the end of the year, they're gonna force you to take all of these vacations anyway. So
yeah, that's also true.
Right? Use them. Right? I'm using mine right now. Right now, the main difference between me and you is I plan way in advance when I'm not going to work. It sounds like you plan 3 hours in advance of your start time to be like, I'm not going to go to work. I'll be more systematic and be like, every Thursday of this month, I am not going to work, or every Friday or Monday of this month, I'm getting a long weekend. That's how I burn mine out.
I've tried to do that, and then something happens where now I have to take a negative. Like I've done it where like
I mean, if something happens, I take the L. I just take the unpaid time off. But I'm usually good at managing my sick days and stuff. Right? Like we said in the beginning, I go to work when I'm sick. So
I mean, I'm happy
when somebody else gets sick, like my child or my wife, that's when I use my sick days to deal with them.
I'm very happy for you. I'm glad that you go to work.
I wish I could use my sick days for me. Not to say that I can't, but I wish mentally I could use my sick days for me.
That sounds like something you should probably,
I know that's something I gotta talk to somebody about. Yeah.
Probably.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah,
if you reached this far, if you reached this far, thank you for listening. If you reached this far, are you not off for Christmas?
I am.
Okay.
What days? I'm off 2 days next week, and then a day the week after.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know how we got talking about work, but yeah.
That's all right. That's okay.
It's all right. Mr. Man's Man.
My feelings. I don't feel like it.
That's where the world is.
This place is stressing me out.
Hey, that's where the world is heading.
I'm okay with just paying my mortgage and not my food bill for this month because you guys are stressing me out. I'm not gonna eat anyways.
That's really what it is. All right.
Hey man, make the choice. All right, we're gonna end this episode. We got some more episodes to record, but if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Anything you want to add at the end, Dre?
head over to, if you're listening to us on Apple Music, review, 5-star, 1-star, whatever you feel like. Just write a review. I will be posting. We'll discuss what we are, but I'll be posting right now on YouTube. It's only the audio for some reason. I will be posting some of the old videos on the YouTube. I don't know if I'll do all of them, but at least some of them. And then going forward, you'll get at least 2 every month or so. If you haven't subscribed to Patreon, you could go over to Patreon/the OPS podcast and support us there. You will get extra stuff. You might get a phone call from me or Pierre. You might get featured on the podcast. You might, you'll hear stories like my vasectomy. I've yet to tell Pierre about it, but stories like when I'm ready to tell, like you'll hear things like that, right? Otherwise, thank you for listening and tell your friends.